go, 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 go.
Alrighty. All right. Sunday night. You're tuned to Radio Tonka. I am your host, John Fanning, filling in for Lula Valletta for her show Mitraillette tonight. She's off in Berlin, causing chaos, showing art, corrupting children, all that kind of stuff. So, let's see, we've got a great show for you coming tonight. We're going to be starting off with a couple things coming from Scotland from the early 80s. This is all stuff you can find on a really great comp called Official Guide to Scottish Minimal Synth, 1979 to 1983. I'm going to start off with a song that I really love from a group called Dick Tracy's Wrist Radio, which is just one guy named Mario D'Agostino. This is a track, Take Your Love and Run, which I love a lot. And then, we're going to get on to a special highlight thing a little bit later on after these couple tracks. And then, it's going to be a whole chuckload of fun, trust me. So, here we go. Dick Tracy's Wrist Radio and Take Your Love and Run. See you in a bit.
Take
stuff there from 100% Man-Made Fiber, which is a one-man project by a guy named Alistair Robertson, or Al Robertson. And let's see, that one's from 1981. Before that was Dick Tracy's Wrist Radio, also a one-man thing, with Take Your Love and Run, both of those from about the same time period, and off of a similar compilation called Official Guide to Scottish Minimal Synth stuff. So anyway, I am your host, John Fanning, taking over for Lula tonight, and we're going to get into a bit of a highlight thing I came up with for the show. We're going to start this. All right, so tonight we're going to get into something really special, which is some Dutch gold here. So this stems back to 1991, and we're going to be looking into one specific track and a lot of things that came from it that are noteworthy or just completely nuts or all these kind of things. Anyway, so the track is James Brown is Dead by LA Style, which is a duo made up of Michiel van der Kei and Wessel van Diepe. Michiel van der Kei went by the name of Denzel Slemming on this release, and Wessel went by the name Max Mondino, which he would use for later stuff as well. Anyway, the story goes that Denzel Slemming is an American DJ living in the Netherlands that came up with this track. That was the whole story behind it. But Michiel actually was well known. You can hear this track in the back as one of his. He's well known as the artist Koto, which got caught up in a lot of the Italo disco stuff at the middle 80s. And Wessel van Diepe would become famous much later because he's originally from Delft, so just not too far from here in Den Haag. Started his own radio station, then eventually went on to Vara Radio. And then eventually with other dudes, he became really famous for a couple of projects. And one of them was a group called Alice DJ. But the big one is Venga Boys, who are one of Holland's largest selling acts of all time. And he came up with that along with some other guys. But LA Style was a whole other thing that just came out of nowhere. And there's some stories behind it. Apparently, Michiel was in LA and overheard some fucked up guy in a discotheque screaming that James Brown was dead. And that's apparently where the name LA Style comes from as well. But this whole thing just came out in 19th of August, 1991. So it's almost its 33rd year anniversary. And it went to number one here in the Netherlands. But what happened afterwards was that all these answer tracks came up and a lot of other bizarre shit, and over about 90 things credited as kind of a source. So we're going to get into that and explore a little bit of that for this first hour. So we may as well play the original then. So here we go. This is going to be the original. This is LA Style. James Brown is Dead. And we'll see you back here when I get back here. So enjoy, kids.
James Brown is dead. James Brown is dead.
Mass hysteria, this is techno. House is not my home, but it clocks though. I checked about the late great JB, that is sad on national TV. How, when, and why these are the main things that I heard when I strolled down the lane of memory. Man, are you with that?
James Brown is dead.
resurrected. I'm confused and things are getting hectic in my brain. What is happening? Could this be a big misunderstanding? It is. The hardworking man is showbiz. Is alive, so your bosses don't be misled, cause the newsman said
James Brown is dead.
Over. Now I'm awoke, grab the mic, rip shit, and go for broke. A musical masterpiece released at ease, and I will get much respect from MCs around the way. Plus I heard him say this is fly. He's a cool type of guy, he's dope and also bad.
James Brown is dead.
Alrighty, there you go. LA Style, the original, the whole thing that started it all. James Brown is dead. That's the 7-inch version with of the original mix with rap. There's about 1 million remixes of that. One that's really hilarious is the rock mix, which I suggest you look up. That has a whole rock vocal thing to it. It's great. But anyway, there's some creative sampling going on here, and we're going to get into that because someone made a little YouTube video because they found out where the little main sample is from that you can hear right now. And it actually comes from an Electric Light Orchestra from a song from 1976 called So Fine. And we're just going to listen to this briefly. Let's get this going. Okay, so here's the original. Then we're going to hear the Electric Light Orchestra part. Then someone playing on a sampler. So, there you go. That's where that comes from. Another great sample in it is a little yelpy sample, and I always wondered what it was, and it's actually this. and this guy behind me remembers that one. That's an old Veronica bumper, and it says, Herinnert u zich deze nog? And it means, do you still remember this one? And so yeah, that's where the little yelpy sample comes from. It's amazing enough. And if you're curious, it's actually Wessel van Diepen doing the James Brown is Dead on a megaphone. So anyway, well, that was number one here in the Netherlands as well as in Belgium and Spain. Went to number 2 in Switzerland, number 6 in Germany, and then further things. The rap in it actually was hard to find who actually did it. It might be Franz Merks or Franz FX Merks, but yeah. So well, there you go. There's the original. Now, what happened after that was all these things came out as answers or things going in different directions. All kinds of people died. It was a whole thing for about a year, and then everyone stopped caring. But as I was diving into this, it's a ridiculous amount of things. And one of the first ones that came out, it seems, is the answer track James Brown is Still Alive by Holy Noise. Holy Noise were 3 guys at this time. It started with 1 guy, but then changed to 3 guys out of Rotterdam. One of them would be very famous later on, but a guy by the name of Paul Elstak, who founded Rotterdam Records, and was kind of considered the sort of grandfather of Gabber. He also kind of ruined it too, actually. So, well, there you go. Anyway, though, well, so we've got James Brown is Still Alive. That's their answer, and then we're going to get into a bunch of others. So I'm going to speed through a bunch of these. So here we go.
James Brown is death. Who the fuck do you think you're fooling? For me, the man is still ruling. Stop these nonsense, stop telling lies. James Brown still alive. James Brown is still alive. James Brown is still alive. Silence, you're under attack. Cool in full effect as I'm back with rounds. Beats that blow up your mind like I did before. I'm doing it one more time. The boy Jack is full affection, make you move your pants. It's a part of my mission, stronger than I already was. So don't dare to step towards Chuck. Keep your ears and eyes open, see the progression. Start to realize that you need protection while the Holy Nose posse is stirring up the set. Check it out, Jack. Listen to what social actions releasing. Then tell me what you believe in. Holy Nose is here to say the Godfather didn't die. JB is still alive.
Alright, so James Brown is still alive, according to Holy Noise. I mean, of course he was at the time. That's the whole weird thing about it. Yeah. Anyway, but we'll just continue on with more answers to James Brown is Dead. So next up we've got one from Belgium, from a group called Big Boss. And they're asking the question, who the hell is James Brown? Though it's also in French, so it's Masaki James Brown as well. This one, I think, came out like 92. But we'll play a little bit of that, and then we'll just keep on rolling with this.
Who the hell is James Brown?
Le maître du funk, le parrain du soul, le roi du rhythm and blues. Monsieur Sex Machine, Monsieur Dynamite, le numéro 1 du soul, c'est James Brown.
Who the hell is James Brown?
We all wonder that, don't we? Anyway, Big Boss there. Who the hell is James Brown? And of course, I mean, someone had to also answer another question in a similar vein. And that question came back here to the Netherlands. And this is going to be a track called Who the Fuck is James Brown? And this is by Traumatic Stress featuring Mac Nack. So here you go. So let's find out further things. This one's kind of funny, actually.
Fuck is James Brown?
With the man, the one, the pro, show,
hands of a master. Right hands of a master. Who the fuck is James Brown?
Alright, so who the fuck is James Brown there? Traumatic Stress featuring Knack Knack. And it just keeps rolling on. Of course, a few other people died in this war. A few other people got records attributed to them being dead, and they weren't. And one of my favorites that I found out of this bunch was one about old German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. And this one's going to be, well, Helmut Kohl is tot, so Helmut Kohl is dead. And it's by an act called Kranz, which is actually George Kranz, who is most well known for his really early 80s single called Din Dada. It goes like, Din Dada, Don Don Don, that one. But he actually made this track, and this one's just completely nuts. And so I'll play like a good deal of it, but because really it's special. So here we go, Kranz, Helmut Kohl ist tot.
Meine Damen und Herren, Helmut Kohl ist tot.
Okay, Helmut Kohl ist tot by Kranz. That one goes on for about 6 minutes, but it's pretty worth it. So we're going to keep on going here because now we have another one actually by LA Style, because James Brown is Dead was not the only single they did in regards to the whole James Brown thing, because in Japan they did a special single just for there, which they called James Dad is Brown. And I have no idea why this thing exists, but it's a completely different song. Yet it keeps the same kind of cover and seems to be sold as if it's some sort of follow-up. But there you go. But here you go. It's going to get a little bit of this. And it's actually pretty hot, I got to admit. So there you go. Okay, so James Dad is Brown there, LA Style from 1992. Because this did carry on into 1992 through most of it. So this one was only available in Japan. And there were also a number of Japanese answers to James Brown is Dead. And my favorite that I found is by an act called JY Factory. And it's called James Brown is Dead or Alive? ! Question mark. It mixes up Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Around, and James Brown is Dead, and it really works. And it's absolutely hilarious. So really, it's worth it. So here we go. JY Factory, James Brown is Dead or Alive? Let's all go nuts.
James Brown's still alive. James Brown is still alive.
JY Factory there. Yeah, it's every sample you can think of thrown in there. James Brown is Dead or Alive from Japan. So other celebrities indeed also got caught up in this, and one that had a few tracks in his honor was Michael Jackson. And so we're going to go back here to the Netherlands with a group called Obscure FM, who, I wrote a note. Is made up of Mark Pols and Eric de Koning. And Mark actually DJ'd at the Asta Club here in Den Haag back in 1996, before it was a casino. But, so this one is Michael Jackson is in Heaven Now. And this one's a pretty big banger, so enjoy this one.
Who is Elvis?
bit of that one. It doesn't do too much, but for some reason it was actually kind of a hit, sort of. But at least a lot of people certainly made sort of answers to it in a sense. And I think my absolute favorite is going to be what I'm going to be playing next. Also by more Germans. And this one's called Mysteria. What the act is. And the track is Who Killed JFK? And I actually had this 12-inch when I was a kiddie. And I loved it then. And I didn't really realize it until I was listening to it for this show. It actually is also a complete rip on What Time Is Love by the KLF, which is my favorite song of all time. But when you listen to it, you can hear it. There's also a lot of clues as to how much they love the KLF, because in the song, there's a buried sample from KLF's side project, The Jams, from their track It's Grim Up North. It's this sort of grindy little sound under there. And also, if you see the video for Who Killed JFK, which I highly recommend you look up on YouTube, it's a complete rip of the KLF's 3 AM Eternal. And also for Who Killed JFK, they did a separate 12-inch that was called the Trance Remixes, which also KLF were quite famous for doing. So there's a lot of tributes to this, and I absolutely love this track. So I'll play a little bit more of it, but enjoy it, and we'll all find out the answers to all our questions.
Who killed JFK?
the oppressed go free. Let the oppressed go free. Let the oppressed go free.
Who killed JFK there? Mysteria. That's the aggressive mix. God, I can't even say what it says. Oh, anyway, from 1992. And we're just going to breeze through a few others. I made a quick collage of a bunch of these ones. We'll just go on through them. So let's see. We're going to start off now with one-off project called Kinski is Dead, about actor Klaus Kinski, also not dead at the time. And this is Kinski is Dead by Kinski is Dead. There you go. Alrighty, now from Germany we have Mad Dog, De La Soul is Mad. Also from Germany, we've got Seven Sons, Vater Abraham. Vater Abraham is tot. What? It's about the Smurfs. It's about the Smurfs. It's terrible.
Vater Abraham is tot.
President, and I want to kill him.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
All right, from the U.S., Shock, Who Cares Who's Dead?
Who cares who's dead? Who's dead?
Okay, back to Germany. We've got Beastery, cover of Who Killed JFK? Cats on a Piano.
Who killed JFK?
And then finally up, The Commando.
Is Elvis.
Covering Who Is Elvis. And that, we're basically kind of nailing in the coffin for that one for tonight. That took a lot of work, but, and I also am going a little bit nuts, I think, because all these people are dead in my head now. But yeah, if you look it up, there's a truckload of these, that are all quite funny and ridiculous. Let's see, what else did I write down? We have Meatloaf is Fat. What else do we have? Who is Gudrun? More covers of Who is Elvis. I just wrote all these things down because I'm entirely too thorough. But we're going to end it now with a group from the UK from 1989, also asking about James Brown, but in a different manner. And it is a band called Pop Will Eat Itself, originally stemming from the Birmingham area. And this is a track called Not Now, James, We're Busy. And it's from their album, This is the Day, This is the Hour, This is This. And we'll get back to even more. So enjoy, kids. He's in some more stuff and continue on with our show. Now let's see. Now most of the stuff for tonight is older, because I'm old and I like old shit. So there you go. But sometimes new stuff will show up and I'll be quite into it. I'll enjoy it a lot. And so some things will sneak through. And one of them is a lovely guy by the name of Tympanic Rupture. A guy coming out of Tennessee, in the area of like Jackson City and I think Chattanooga, all that kind of area, which is really hot at the moment actually in the States. That area is really blowing up. So anyway, he's doing a lot of great stuff with sort of screamo, chabber, giant mix of all kinds of crap. And he does a really great bootleg t-shirt company called Empty Island. He's also a really lovely guy. He also wished me and my lovely partner, who's sitting back here, being a real warrior, he wished us a lovely partnership when we had ours earlier this not this month, actually. It's August, so July. God damn it. Anyway, so we're going to be playing a little bit of him, and then hopefully we can get to some more things. So here we go.
Dagger bitch mouth with a sock. Shoot a nigga with a Glock. When I'm stabbing you,
I won't stop. Auntie Kill, get off the block. Kill my friends like Tupac. Paranoid like Jeffrey Dahmer. What the fuck is karma? Yo bitch is like a snapping turtle. Yo bitch got feet like mine. Yo bitch got a mustache like Pat. She out of shape and mad fat. Yo kids hungry, they eating noodles. How they gonna survive off of noodles? Why you giving them hot dogs and noodles? I don't give my stepkids noodles. Bitch can't cook, she only make noodles. Bitch, I'm not Chris Rock. Bitch, I'm not Chris Benoit. In the corner, stay at the wall. She like, no, don't stand in it. I'm like, bitch, you for everybody. You act like I don't know what you did. Why the hell you trying to give me a quiz?
Tympanic rap sound.
Bitch talking about had kids. Heat on the bitch like a math test. Blowing up like a meth lab. Lead the work like a bad stepdad. Talk about love while you said that. I wake up horny, wanna fuck. She on cocaine, wanna fuck. I want head, I don't wanna fuck. She don't wanna give head, she wanna fuck. You can fuck after I smoke this blunt. I fuck a bitch like I don't give a fuck. Cut you off, you kinky as fuck. I took condoms when I pull up. Bitch think I'm gonna fuck her raw. I don't want my dick to fall off. Knock a nigga out the ballpark. Bitch, I'm drinking Hennessy. She got good pussy, but an enemy.
Tympanic rap sound.
Giacometti, 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 Giacometti.
1982. That was Scream and Dance and their track Giacometti. And it's the wicked mix of that. It's the only song they really did. They came out of Bristol in the UK. And let's see. So we got about a few minutes until the news will kick in. So let's see. We might play a little bit of this in the background. Another group that kind of came out around the same time, a little bit earlier. It's a group called the Thompson Twins. They got a lot more famous afterwards. But they had a lot of great, really first albums. And while we wait for the news, we'll listen to a little bit of a track from theirs from a product of from 1982, I think. This is Good Gosh. And then we'll hear the news, and then we'll get back to things. Alrighty. So you're ending the second hour now of Mitraillette. I am your guest host, John Fanning. And I will be taking you up until 2 a.m. and then I shall go away to other places. So, let's see. Where did we leave off? Yes, with Scream and Dance coming from Bristol. Another person also kind of coming out of the early 80s Bristol scene was a lady that also would become famous in her own right, which is a girl at the time by the name of Nana Cherry. She'd become really big later on for her big hit Buffalo Stance, which I can kill at karaoke, by the way, which I have to do, actually. Still have to, yeah, actually, it really sad to do that. So, anyway, though, but earlier on in the early days, she was based in Bristol, and she also went off to London for a bit, and got caught up in the scene there, and she did one track with a group called The Circuit, which is made up of producers Steve Beresford and Adrian Sherwood. And this track came out in 1983, but didn't really see the light till much later on a compilation, and it's real hot. So I'm going to be playing a little bit of that, and then, yeah, we'll be getting on into it. So here we go, Nana Cherry and The Circuit, Dead Come Alive. Nana Cherry in the Circuit, Dead Come Alive, from, I believe, 1983. And there's a really great compilation that you can find this on called Trevor Jackson Presents Science Fiction Dance Hall Classics. Got a lot of stuff, especially by the producer Adrian Sherwood, who unfortunately passed away not too long ago, but he did a lot of great stuff then, a really bastardized sort of dub and electro. But let's see, we'll keep on moving on, and let's see, I've got a little song I'd love to dedicate to the man hanging out behind me, who we're heading out. Oh, my phone is still on. We're heading out to Maastricht tomorrow to just hang out, and we're going to look up some stuff about math, because he's a mathematician, and I'm a math disaster. But we've got this track by Mitraillette from our 1992 album, Now Is Early. It's called Wicked Mathematics, and I always think of you when I hear it, my dear, so thank you very much. Well, anyway, we'll get back to other stuff after we have a little bit of Miss Nicolette, so enjoy that, and I love you all.
I don't understand your wicked ways, and your wicked ways don't understand me. But I got my own wicked ways. Add mine to yours and you'll agree that you plus me equals your wickedness. You plus me is not just arithmetic, it's wicked mathematics. Wicked mathematics. Wicked mathematics. Wicked mathematics. Wicked mathematics. Wicked mathematics. I was bad at maths when I was at school, and the combinations would always floor me. But the combinations we could do would make your maths look like ABC. 'Cause you plus me equals pure wickedness. You plus me is not just arithmetic, it's wicked mathematics. 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 Wicked mathematics.
Alrighty, bit of Nicolette there. dedicated to my sweetie. Wicked Mathematics from 1992. Interesting connection, actually, back to our first little section about LA Style, is that their follow-up single, I'm Raving, actually samples Nicolette singing from her track Osinene, which is hilarious. She gets credit on it, so that's something. But anyway, let's see. Now we're going to move on to yet a bit more story time. And speaking of the man and I, so recently we were at Rembrandtplein up in Amsterdam, going to our favorite queer bar there to do karaoke. Shout out to Lelybel there, by the way, the only bar in the Netherlands owned by a trans woman. I found out recently, so yes, there you go. Anyway, though, at Rembrandtplein years ago, about like 5-6 years ago, I went to go see a friend of mine, DJ, who has blown up in her own right. A girl by the name of Maya Baldry-Morrison, a.k.a. Octo. Strangely, she was actually in Amsterdam yesterday playing at the Dekmantel Festival. So I went to go see her and saw her spin, and then went to go hang out at her little apartment afterwards that she got. And it was kind of pissing down rain, and walked out onto the balcony, and I was like, piss tank. And sometimes they'll say piss tank is like a expletive or to mean rain sometimes, but it stems from this, and because Maya goes, that's like my favorite breakcore artist. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, exactly. Well, that's where it comes from. And at the time, I kind of forgot that Piss Tank is actually this guy named Andy, forget his last name, sorry, who used to do a zine called Irritant zine around the time that I was also doing a little zine of my own. And so I got to know him quite well, and he was a great guy. And anyway, as Piss Tank, he did some really fantastic, just crazy, ravecore, sort of breakcore stuff, and they're really great. And this one is going to be from his EP, Ravecore Anthems, which I believe is 2004. I looked it up, I can't remember, but hard to pick a good one from this, but we're going to go with Bass Bins, and so dedicated out to Maya and out to anyone who just loves old things and has nostalgia for things, and also loves a good banger. Here we go. Piss Tank, Bass Bins.
Check this next track out. Check this next track out. Watch your bass bins, I'm telling ya. Watch your bass bins, watch your bass bins, bass bins, watch your bass bins, watch your bass bins, watch your bass bins, watch your bass bins, bass bins, watch your bass bins, I'm telling ya. Watch your bass bins, watch your bass bins, bass bins, watch your bass bins, watch your bass bins, watch your bass bins, watch your bass bins, bass bins, steady bass bins. Watch your bass bins, I'm telling you.
Der Weg ist voll Macht, Geld und Zufall. Glück bei der Schönheit, verlangt Gewalt, das Ziel, Kraft, das Ziel auf.
Alrighty, from 1982, that is German act Die Gesunden, with Der Weg zum Erfolg, which means the way to succession, or the path to succession if you want to be really poetic. But yeah, that was a duo made up of Mabel Aschenheller and Eschi Glenn, who unfortunately died in 2008. Didn't get exactly where in Germany they were from, but they came from there, so there you have it. Let's see. So, now we get on to a little new stuff, and of course, Mitraillette would be nothing without a little bit of screamy grind, kind of power violence, and all this sort of thing. And I have a wee bit of that for you from a group I've been following that I get a kick out of, that are from Tijuana, Mexico, called Hong Kong Fuck You. And interestingly, not about the country Hong Kong, but about a gentleman's club that's in Tijuana called the Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club, which they're heavily protesting against. And I kind of looked up, and I get why. That place is really fucked up. There's a lot of kind of sex trafficking, assassination attempts, gang things. It's a mess. But these guys have a great kind of sense of humor. And they do a thing that I love with these sort of grindy power violence bands where they'll do tracks that are just 1 second long. So I'm going to be playing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Well, one's 2 seconds, so there you go. And then another one that's 25, so we'll get a big old blast of them in a row. They're currently on tour in the States. And let's see, okay, we're going to be naming off all the tracks all at once. You get them once. So here we go. We got Hong Kong Fuck You, Have a Nice Day, Hong Kong Fuck USA, Hong Kong Fuck USA, Hong Kong Fuck Music, Hong Kong Fuck You Punk, and then finally Hong Kong, less fucking and more talking about overpopulation. As you should do. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit. Enjoy, kiddies. Alrighty, sounds there from British duo MFH from I think 1981 is this one, and it's one of their tracks that are strangely enough in Dutch. This one's called Tijdschrift, which means magazine. MFH were a duo made up of David Elliott and Andrew Cox, formed at the University of Sussex out in Brighton, UK, but seem to be based, I guess, generally around Cornwall. Interesting duo that kind of follow a trajectory of a lot of bands being formed after a lot of influence from Throbbing Gristle, a group originally out of Sheffield in the late 70s who basically gave us the term industrial music completely. And a lot of groups formed kind of in their wake. MFH were formed in 1979, which is a weirdly pivotal year for a lot of things. A lot of stuff started in 1979. God only knows why. But I think because the late 70s and things were kind of nuts. I was born in the late 70s. So were you. So, late 70s. What can I say? It's where it's at. So, we're going to be moving on now with some more stuff coming from a couple of years later. Or actually, well, this one's also from around 1981. This is a group called Crash Course in Science, a group I absolutely love, originally from Philadelphia. And they recently reformed, and they're actually kind of out and about. And they're actually playing in Belgium in 3 days at a little festival there. I did ask if they were coming to the Netherlands, and I didn't get any response, but a shame. But they're still lovely. And this one is a track called Someone Reads. And they only re-released this around, I think, 2011. But it was originally recorded around 1981. Fantastic stuff, and we're going to be continuing to pump them out until 2. So here we go. Alrighty, from 1982, that is Swiss duo Schaltkreis Wassermann with Mutanten Tanzen Rock and Roll. And that's his, let's see, they were Daniela and PJ Wassermann. And Schaltkreis just means circuit in German. So there you go. They have a really great album called Psychotron, or Psychotron. That this is from, and I highly suggest you look up and get into. Before that, Crash Course in Science. Someone reads. So, I did forget, of course, to say that Crash Course in Science also formed in 1979. And we're in sort of a 1979 vortex here, because this next group also formed in 1979. And they're called Third Door from the Left. And they actually specifically formed after going to see Throbbing Gristle in London on the 3rd of August, 1979. So just 2 days, yesterday, well, Saturday, 2 days ago now. Anyway, so there you go. It's their little anniversary, too. It was Raymond Jortson and Kevin Thorne. They only did really one album, and I think this track from it is the best one. It's called In the Room. And let's all get in the room.
Sensory tracks.
Alrighty, the Human League there, when they were basically known as the Future, before they became all big and all that kind of stuff way down the line, but this was their origins, starting in 1977, a project between Martin Ware and Ian Craig Marsh. Vocalist Philip Oakey wouldn't join until just a little bit later, and then eventually Philip Adrian Wright would join. The group would split off around 1980 or so, and Ian and Martin formed Heaven 17, and Philip and Adrian went on to go do the Human League that everyone knows from Don't You Want Me and all the big hits and such. But they started as this wee little experimental group in Sheffield. Then this particular track was new Pink Floyd. Previous to that was Third Door from the Left with In the Room. Let's see, we got about 20 minutes left, so I got about 20 minutes of stuff to fill the time. Isn't that exciting? So, let's see, another group we've got here, also coming from the UK. I don't know specifically where, is a group called Sudden Sway, who seem to, let's see, I wrote something down. Oh, yeah, they formed 1980, based out of two guys, Mark McGuire and Steve Rolls. Am I getting that right? Yeah. Anyway. And then eventually some other guys joined them, and they put out an album in 1986 called Space Mate that I found recently, and I really love a lot of this stuff. Kind of goes all over the place. It's sort of hard to pinpoint them, but they certainly sound still quite fresh, I gotta say. So this is going to be their track, Hey Hey Extra Guys. And there's always going to be more extra guys. And that's what I have to say. Alrighty, Sudden Sway there. Hey Hey Extra Guys from their album Space Mate from 1986. 15 minutes left, and what a glorious evening it has been. Thanks to y'all for listening to me and enjoying our time here. So, let's see, 15 minutes, what shall we do? So, this one in the background, a bit of Kid Creole and the Coconuts. Really great remix of their track Yolanda. It's all reversed, so it's called Adnalloy. I've always been a Kid Creole fan. Really great group. Weirdly sort of stemming a bit from this weird post-punk atmosphere in New York in the early 80s. And weirdly, they were actually just here in Den Haag last year. Actually, I only found out recently, but there you go. So, we're going to keep moving on now with a track from a guy by the name of Carlos Perón, who was originally in the group Yellow, who were very famous for their big hit, Oh Yeah. But they really did start as a quite weird experimental trio in Zurich, Switzerland. Made up of basically the main guy is this bizarre rich dude who created this whole group, and he's really one to look up. He's bizarre. Anyway, so Carlos Perón broke off from Yellow in 1983, and he did an album called Impersonator, and this track is really great. It's called Her Head is Breaking into Four. It's all spelled really weirdly, as you would guess. But we'll do that, and then we'll come back, and I'll send you off for the evening. So, enjoy.
She lost her self-control. We've had through baton walls, with eyes looking for reaction through lifeless bodies. She thinks about vibrations between speaking Chinese and Russian. Her head is gonna breaking in two. She got two heads. She looks wonderful. Everyone watch her, and people pay for that. Super special raw creation speaking Chinese and Russian. Her head is gonna breaking into four. Heads as 2,568, 2,759 eyes as 20,072. She became crazy and wants 8 men. The art director commands them, and she's fucked them all. She became a man without sexual organs. Now she's he. He eats a fish with 10 arms and became stand too. Everyone becomes angst. If there's not a terrible flavor in this hole. One day the art director comes holding a scissor in his hands, behind his body, a gas spray in his pocket. He smashed the spray lotion into his face, and he couldn't see anything. Now the man takes the scissor and cut the creature all arms away. Ears cracking noise, cries, blood splattering red. After the mechanical director cut the 4 heads too into the lake of blood, he laughs and shakes hand with the 10 half-dead arms. Loses self-control in a stinking hall of an university. Everyone becomes angst.
And she's fucked him. And she's fucked him. All. Everyone. And she's fucked him. All. She became crazy and wants 8 men.
University. Lose self-control.
Lovely sounds there from Micro Mars from 1987 and the track Cheesy Nova. Micro Mars was a one-man project from Norway by a guy named Krista Jensen. And yeah, he only did a couple albums and kind of disappeared, but I always loved his little cuteness. Before that, we had Carlos Perón, and her head is breaking in 2/4, and that will kind of just about do it for me for the evening, but I've had an absolutely lovely time with everybody out there. We only hope so. So, anyway, Lula should be back, I think, next month. But perhaps you will hear me again at some other point in your life. So, there you go. But I think the best way to kind of end things is on a completely different note. And we're going to end it with some traditional music from Myanmar. Which honestly is some of the most nuts music ever. That's traditional. This is stuff that came from a compilation about stuff about the music for Nat Poi, which is a festival in Myanmar. Or yeah, as far as I know, it's about spirits and such. But yeah, this is a special stuff. It gets pretty intense. So I'm going to end it with this. I'm going to try my best pronouncing this, but we've got the singer is Kiao Ted Ong, and this track is called Min Hidit Par Pueto. And there you go, you can enjoy it and rattle yourself to sleep. And we all wish you the best of evenings. And, take care of yourself and love each other. The usual. Have a good one.
La
Yeah, we are the way we